I debated Hannity here last night. I think Fox wired the room. Should we go ahead?
Well, this seems like a...
So we set Kevin up again. Go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. This seems like a real setup to me. Actually, I just wanted to begin my remarks by thanking the Reverend for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. And not just for that, but also for being one of the first people who reached out to me when I came to town from Boston in August. I got a summons from the Reverend Al to breakfast at the Regency, and it was one hell of a breakfast, I gotta tell you, really delicious. And in addition to that, the Reverend regaled me with stories of his life on the road with James Brown, which was an incredible delight. Just a real high point in my first week, and then gave me his highly perceptive and sometimes corrosive lay of the land in New York, which is something I've carried with me in the 8 months that I've done the job. Can you still hear me? Yeah. All right, good. You know, in answer to the question about how well the Daily News covers African American issues, I mean, I just have to be honest and say not well enough. One of the things about the paper, as you all know, is that it is buoyed by deep support from the African American community and from the Latino community. And when I arrived, I just didn't think that we were doing enough to sort of say thanks for that in terms of coverage. So there were a couple of things that I did right away. One thing that I did was to institute for the very first time, and at a time when newspapers are actually cutting back on coverage everywhere, to actually institute a bureau to cover what we call Uptown, Harlem, East Harlem, Inwood, and Washington Heights, and that's coverage that appears daily now in the Daily News, to try and get some coverage of the community in the paper rather than just leaving it to the regular run of news. And the other thing I did, because as you all well know, the quality of your coverage is often defined by the quality of your staff. And I just didn't think our staff was diverse enough. So, thank you. And I hasten to add that I still don't, but in the 8 months that I've been there, we have hired and promoted a number of African Americans and Latinos. I commit to continue on that path, you know, not just because it's a nice thing to say, but because it's good business and it helps us do our job better. You know, I look forward to, you know, hearing what you all have to say in terms of how we can do our job better, because honestly, I am deeply, deeply grateful for the support of the African American community. It means a lot to me personally, and it means a lot to the newspaper. So, thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Hello. My name is David Wilson. I am the founder and managing editor of thegrio.com. In 2008, I did a documentary film that aired on MSNBC. Thanks, Phil. It was Meeting David Wilson, and I had an opportunity to speak with Steve Kappas, the president of NBC News, and give him a little bit about, you know, share a little bit of my background. And you know, I came from the world of CBS News, and used to have a name for CBS News back in those days. If you were an African American, and the interesting thing was that I was in a situation where I wasn't covering the stories that really impacted our community, and it was very unfortunate. And so I left CBS in '05 to make this documentary film. And I told Steve, I said, look, you know, networks have a great deal of content, news content from all over, video content. Allow me to aggregate all that content from your affiliates and to put it on a website and then build original content around it, perspectives. And almost immediately he said yes. And so that was in June of 2009, we actually launched the Griot. We started off with 50,000 uniques that month. We've now grown to a site to about 1.3 million uniques a month now. And the thing that I'm most proud of, and we talk about all the different issues that impact our community, is that every day I have the opportunity to sit down at what we have at NBC is the executive share meeting, where MSNBC, Today Show, Nightly News, CNBC, the Weather Channel, Telemundo, the Griot, we all sit around, and I get to say, these are the stories that are important to African Americans today. These are the perspectives. This is what we're focusing on today on the Griot. These are the perspectives. This is how we're looking at the budget. This is how we're looking at the economy. This is how we're looking at the polls. And the beautiful thing about this, and we call it the Griot, the trickle up effect. Countless times, we put out a story and it end up on Today. It end up on Nightly News, or it gets distributed to the affiliates. And so it is something that I feel very blessed every day that I get up and go to the office, that I am able to work on the stories that are really important to our community, and then be able to share them through the great platforms of NBC News. So we're excited about where we've gone thus far in our first year and a half, and we look forward to serving the community better and telling more of our stories and highlighting more of our issues and bringing those to the fore. So thanks very much.